Wolf Capital. What a fun time we have had in the comments section. I appreciate you all coming in and bringing all of your opinions to the light. It's very much appreciated. I want everyone to know that. And with that being said, we are going to take a deeper dive into Wolf Capital now that we spotted and called out their previous scam, and we are going to look into the business and the model and all of the proof that they have or don't have on what it is that they are doing right now. So before the end of this video, you should be able to discern for yourself whether or not they are actually doing what it is that they say they are going to do. I am not going to give my opinion on it because I want you to have an unbiased take, but I am going to deliver to you some serious facts in the next 10 minutes, and I hope everybody enjoys it. So without further ado, let's go address everyone's comments and concerns. And before we get into all of that, obviously, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty on Wolf Capital. And now that we know about their past, you can potentially predict their future. The first thing I want you to do is question everything. Look at this screenshot. This is straight from Trav and the team account itself inside of the Telegram, confirming that they just sent $100,000 into the contract for profit funding. I'll put all of these in the comments section as well so that you can follow. Now, this is where the 100K USDC on the Binance Smart Chain funding actually came from, because it didn't come from that wallet. It got transferred into the contract wallet from this wallet right here. And even furthermore, the wallet that funded the 100K that actually funded the contract wallet, the money never left that wallet and nothing ever came in. And actually, it funded other wallets too. And if you don't believe me, go click on the link in the description and check the inflows and outflows of that wallet on Binance Smart Chain. There's almost 200 pages of inflows. Then the outflows take all of the money out and sends it into the contract as profits. Now, where are the profits that came in from the trades into this wallet? Why are you taking 100K out of this wallet that has never really had any transfers come into it, unless there's some crazy algorithm that I've never heard of or seen that you can prove that is actually coming from all of these exchange wallets? But my guess is you can't. And all of these inflows are all of the people that are investing their money into your platform and compounding their profits on a weekly basis. So like I said, go click that link and you can check out exactly what I'm talking about, because none of that money ever actually went out to fund a trading account or came in from a trading account to fund that account. And I know I'm throwing a lot of these different links and scenarios and wallets and transactions at you, but let's break it down. What does that actually mean? To me, that means that that was a deposit wallet from your investors that they were bringing their money in, or it's a compounding wallet that they are actually compounding their money into that wallet. And then you, as Wolf Capital, are taking that same money that they are compounding into that wallet or bringing money into that wallet, and you're paying it out to the contract without that money actually even making any money. That's really weird. That sounds like a Ponzi scheme. These people are bringing this money in. We're just gonna let it pile up. Okay, now we're transferring it out to the wallet. Here's everybody's profits. Please compound though. Now, I will say there was another $154,000 transaction that came out of this wallet, and this is all around the same time. This wallet has sent out about $550,000 to what I believe is an exchange wallet in stablecoins. And the reason I believe that is because you can check the transaction that I'm about to pop up on the screen, and that 154K goes into this other wallet that then goes into an exchange wallet. And like I said, this end wallet where that 154K went to actually looks like an exchange wallet because it has like $16 million worth of Binance stablecoins on it. So again, go click the link and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And that same wallet actually has about 23 million of Ethereum stables on it, and you can actually go and check that out as well. But one thing I do want to bring up, there is this other random wallet that's making like tens of thousands of dollars and it's getting transferred out, and this is just my very initial dive on it. I bet you if I found other wallets that we would see all these other monies being moved in all of these different ways that, you know, in my opinion, kind of looks like a Ponzi scheme. So go check that out. So in my opinion, there's not really much like irrefutable evidence showing that they're actually making trades based upon this one general, you know, assumption right here that we're looking into this one particular wallet that we just traced back the 100K that they put into the contract wallet to this wallet that I just found. My guess is there's a bunch more like this. And if you can prove me wrong, have at it, please do. I honestly haven't been wrong yet in my entire 1.5 years on YouTube calling out, you know, potential Ponzi's and schemes and stuff of this nature, but you know, I'm always down to be wrong at least once, because at least that means that somebody's doing something right in this market. And if you don't believe me, go check my track record, go check all my previous videos, tell me which one of those projects are actually still around and doing well. And I don't want to hear anything about people saying, oh, well, I've already ROI'd because I was in since day one. That's how Ponzi schemes work. Unfortunately, you're using other people as exit liquidity. And that's unfortunate, because although you may have ROI'd, if this indeed is a Ponzi scheme, then it's the people that come in later that are going to get wrecked. Now, here's another thing that they're doing. They're moving down their APR, and they're doing it slowly, as they say. They started off at 1.5%, but now they've moved it down to 0.8% with a cap of 1.1%. Okay, that's not really a slow move down, okay? Because next thing you know, it'll be 0.4% or 0.5%. Why does this matter? There's a potential that they are doing this because the deposited balances are getting too high. It's growing too fast, right? This is PONZI-NOMICS 101. You have to move down the APR because your inflows have to outweigh your outflows. So if they've got, you know, $8 million, but they got to pay them 1.5% every single day, they're not going to be able to do that unless they're bringing in enough money in order to be able to facilitate that, right? And eventually they'll have to start paying people back with their own money. This is what Ponzi schemes do. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but I'm saying that's what it looks like. And a second thing is making sure that people can't like compound or pull their profits or pull their initial capital like immediately, right? So that's why they're doing these 7-day rolling periods and all of these different things, incentivizing you to roll your funds into, you know, as compounding and things like that. Now, here's another very problematic thing in my opinion, because I know everybody's gonna be like, it's not a Ponzi. We know, we heard you in the comments section, every single one of you. And this is an announcement that they are using to talk about how they're bringing their APR down. This is slightly more aggressive, but will help us accelerate our timeline to zero Ponzi. So they're literally admitting that it's a Ponzi, okay? And there's a reason why they're capping the 1.1%. How are you going to put a cap on what people can earn if you're really that good of a trader? If you're really doing that well trading, right? And your bots are that lethal, then do your bots cap at 1.1%? Your bots are like, nope, we can't earn more than 1.1% today. No, that's my whole point. And then there's going to be days where it's down. You can look and see this screenshot where they lost $26,000 in one trade. That knocked out like hundreds of different grid bot trades, and there's no potential way that that day was actually profitable because of that, but they're still paying out 0.8% guaranteed, at least now, up to a cap of 1.1%. But if they make 5%, why are they capping you at 1.1% that day? Doesn't make sense. Probably to keep up with everything. That's my whole point. Now, to address the Ponzi comment, right? The being slightly more aggressive so they can accelerate their timeline to zero Ponzi. Okay, you want zero Ponzi? Tell people you can't bring any new money into this protocol anymore. No one can come in, and the people that are already in, you cannot compound your profits. Why? Because if you do that for 30 days, 60 days, you will actually prove to people that it's not a Ponzi scheme, with one caveat. You have to prove all of your balances. You have to prove all of that before you turn off the ability for people to deposit and compound. And if you're making enough money, because let's be real, inside of your white paper, the team takes 10% of everything that's deposited. There's like $8 million deposited through all 3 or 4 of you. That's $800,000. I think you guys can survive for 30 to 60 days off of $200,000 a piece. That's just my bias. I mean, Trav lives in Oklahoma and still has a day job, 13 hours a day. And this is his side gig, right? So my whole point is if you want that zero Ponzi, turn off the ability to deposit and compound, show people that you can pay them 30, 60% out on their original deposits over the next 30 to 60 days. And I know everyone is going to say, oh, why would we do that? We want to bring more money in. Okay, why do you want to bring more money in? That's the thing. Why can't you pause it? Because here's the thing. 1% a day is 1%, no matter if you're trading $1 or $1 million. It's still 1%. Everyone is still making 1%, right? You're just not allowing anybody else to come in and bring new money in, which then in turn shows that you're not a Ponzi scheme. And my bias behind this, everybody's gonna say, well, that'll make the project, die. No, it won't. If you can prove that, I guarantee your deposits are going to come in tenfold because you just proved that you're actually trading, that your bots are actually profitable, that your business model is actually real, that you are actually doing good manual trading and able to pay these people out their 1%, 0.8%, whatever it may be every single day. And then your balances are still the same at the end of that 30 or 60 days. But my guess is you won't do that because that's not what's happening. That's my bias.
As many of you guys know, we do not plan on running Wolf Capital as a Ponzi. We plan on moving forward to a mainstream, completely non-Ponzi project where everybody in DeFi can feel safe investing in Wolf Capital. That's the whole point. And I do have a few ideas that I'm working out on how we can actually move forward to an even greater extent to completely exclude the PONZI-NOMICS, which I believe is going to make everybody happy. Because at the end of the day, it's like the priority for all of us, not solely for the team. It's all of us in this. So the priority for all of us should be to have a completely non-Ponzi Wolf Capital. And yeah, pretty much that's it. But I'm still working out the idea.
And a lot of people are saying all this, oh, the owner is doxxed and it's not US based. Okay, no matter where the founders are, they live, the company is incorporated, it doesn't matter. If your users are in the US, if your marketing is in the US, YouTubers, Twitter, ads, etc., or you open your platform to US users and IPs, you can be prosecuted by the US and under the jurisdiction of the SEC. Reference Bitslotto and what the AG said about that whenever the SEC case was actually bringing an enforcement action against Bitslotto and freezing all of their assets. Also reference the action that was brought on KuCoin for Ethereum because people could actually access KuCoin and buy Ethereum in the state of New York in the United States when KuCoin didn't have a regulatory license, and then reference FTX Bahamas if you don't believe me. So that's great that the owner is documented and shows his face, but it doesn't change much because he was not transparent from day one. But I will give you that. It is good that at least one person in the project is transparent about who they are, and if they are a US citizen, then they can be prosecuted if they do anything wrong. But it will take a massive class action lawsuit for any attention to be shown, which could actually take years for people to get organized enough to get their actual lawsuit started and get their money back. That is, if there is even anything to recover, because remember, bankruptcy is a thing, and how does someone that spent all your money going to prison get you back your money if something nefarious did indeed happen in the future? And hundreds of people have to file in the same jurisdiction, at least in the United States, for it to be taken seriously and any action to be taken by regulatory authorities. So what happens if these people simply leave the United States with a couple of $1 million of yours? But again, they are also not regulated, so it's going to be hard for anybody to have any recourse when they knew that they were buying into an unregistered hedge fund in the first place. So if they can just prove that they accidentally lost the money or mismanaged the funds, then there will be no legal recourse that people can take on them unless they can prove that they just straight out stole the money. And this is why Wolfer Finance and PreSend are both going through regulatory offerings right now. Regulation crowdfunding offerings on a regulated platform that has all of the ability to issue digital securities fully approved by the SEC to that platform, Acamona.com. So if you want to invest in something that you can actually prove that there's a legitimate business model, there's a use case, there's a software, there's actual assets under management that you can prove, those are two very good ways for you to actually get into something where a team that has fiduciary intent is representing you 24/7 and not working 13 hours on an oil field calling you their side gig. So pay attention for both of those regulatory offerings to be coming out in the coming weeks. PreSend is a wallet transaction security software that stops people from losing their money on cross-chain transactions. USDC being sent on a Polygon blockchain to an Ethereum wallet, you pretty much just lost your money. If you send BNB to Coinbase Exchange, you definitely just lost your money. With PreSend, that doesn't happen, and we are looking to license that out for revenue generating partnerships to all of the large players in the game. MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Ledger, Coinbase.com, all of these different wallets and browsers, we will be going after them, and hopefully our tech will be inside of there, being the new gold standard inside of the crypto space where no one ever loses money again. And guess who owns 10% of PreSend? Wolfer Finance. And Wolfer Finance also owns millions of dollars worth of assets under management and has been doing blockchain infrastructure and validating real, validator, and master nodes for a year now. FTM, Ethereum, AVAX, Flux, you go look into it, you name it, we do it, and we will be bringing out a mining protocol potentially in the future. Now, that's all the time that we have for today. We're gonna get into the Ponzi-nomic aspects and all of the other qualms that everybody had in the next video. So if you like content like this, obviously make sure you show up to the next video and make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up to this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.